in this video, I specifically want to talk about a diagnosis that I encounter a lot in my school psych work, and that is students who have ADHD. And what I want, I think, parents and educators to know is that as school psychologists in the public education system, the ADHD diagnosis falls under the criteria of, if you remember, it's called other health impairment, which means that there is a medical diagnosis such as ADHD or such as Tourette's or post-traumatic stress disorder or just any other medical disorder that could potentially hinder the student's progress in education. However, as school psychologists, we don't do medical diagnosis. So what we kind of say is that a student can present with symptoms of ADHD, and if that really causes an impairment for them in the classroom setting, for example, they are failing their classes because they just really cannot pay attention, because they cannot remember the directions given, and then and is disruptive in classes, and that causes their learning to be severely negatively impacted. And that is the case where we could qualify the student under the criteria of other health impairment due to ADHD-like tendencies. However, we do not diagnose as school psychologists, and I particularly want to address this topic because there are a lot of requests being asked for a student who maybe have a diagnosis of ADHD, and parents would wish their students to get more support and service via special education. And for that, we will still conduct an assessment, and based on the results of the assessment, even if a student has a diagnosis of ADHD, it does not necessarily mean that they could qualify for special education services. It might mean that they just need some other supports, such as a 504 plan, if the student does not demonstrate such a need in a classroom. All is that the medical diagnosis of ADHD can be helpful for us to look at when we conduct an assessment and need to look at the comprehensive picture. It is not necessary to get a diagnosis to obtain the services, and as school psychologists, we do not diagnose. I hope this is helpful information for you, and please leave a comment if you have any questions.